Hello, my name is Chloe. For my entire life, I was what you would call the responsible one. In my family, this was not a compliment. It was a job with long hours, no pay, and absolutely no recognition. My family was a small, perfect-looking solar system, and it revolved around a single, blazing, and incredibly demanding star, my younger sister, Isabella. Isabella was the golden child. She was fragile. She was artistic. She was passionate. These were the words my mother, Eleanor, used to excuse her behavior. Isabella was beautiful, and she knew it. She was a person who created drama because she was bored. She was a person who cried to get her way, and it always worked. My father, Robert, was a man who just wanted a quiet life, so he gave in. And my mother was not just her enabler. She was her manager, her agent, her biggest fan. They were a team. And then there was me. I was the sensible one. I was the strong one. I was the one who was good at math, good at saving, good at blending into the background. While my parents were co-signing a loan for Isabella to start a fashion boutique that failed in 6 months, I was working part-time to pay for my own community college classes. While they were paying for her brand new car, I was driving our 10-year-old family sedan. My role was simple. I was the support system. I was the one who was expected to be fine. My achievements were met with a simple nod. "That is nice, Chloe," my mother would say, before turning back to Isabella. "Now, honey, tell us again about the art class you are thinking of taking." I was the fixer. The reliable, invisible, sensible fixer. My only escape, my only real life, was Alex. Alex was my fiancé. He was everything my family was not. He was kind. He was stable. He was honest. And his family was warm. They were loud, and they laughed, and they ate dinner together without a hidden agenda. They loved me. They saw me, not just as Isabella's responsible sister. Alex was my future. He was my escape. We were planning our wedding. It was not a big fancy affair. We were not my parents. We were planning a simple, beautiful, 100-person wedding at a local vineyard. We were paying for it ourselves. We were a team. We were so happy. To get us started, I had taken out a small personal loan, $20,000. It was not for the wedding. It was for after the wedding. It was our future fund. We were going to use it as a down payment on a small house, a little starter home just outside the city. It was our dream. Because I was sensible, my mother had insisted on helping me manage the money. "You are so busy with the wedding, honey," she had said, her voice full of fake concern. "Let me co-sign the account with you. I can help you pay the deposits. I can help you watch the account, just as a safety measure." I was stupid. I was so stupid. I was so desperate for her to be involved, so desperate for her to finally act like my mother, that I said yes. I put her name on my savings account, the account that held my $20,000. Meanwhile, Isabella was also engaged. She was engaged to a man named Mark, who was as shallow and useless as she was. Their wedding was supposed to in a year, but it was stalled, as she would complain loudly at dinner. "Mark's parents are not paying for anything," she would wail. "And we have no money. It is not fair, Mom. Chloe gets to have her perfect wedding. I have nothing. I deserve a beautiful day, too." My mother would just pat her hand. "I know, baby," she would whisper, shooting me a dark look as if my simple happiness was an act of aggression against my sister. "We will figure something out. You deserve everything." I just stayed quiet. I just planned my wedding. I had 2 weeks to go. 2 weeks until I was free. 2 weeks until my real life began. I just had to make it 2 more weeks. I did not. The accident happened on a Tuesday. It was 2 weeks before the wedding. I was driving to the florist to finalize the order for the centerpieces. I was happy. I was humming along to the radio. I was thinking about Alex. The light at the intersection was green. I was halfway through it when a red truck ran his light. He was going fast. I did not even have time to scream. I just felt a violent, shattering impact, a sound of glass and metal. And then, nothing. I woke up in a hospital. The world was a blur of white lights and a high-pitched, steady beeping. My head was pounding. My leg was in a huge metal something. I could not feel it, but I could not move it. A doctor with kind, tired eyes was standing over me. "Chloe," he said, "you are at St. Jude's. You were in a very bad car accident. You have a severe concussion. You have 3 broken ribs. And your right leg? It is badly broken. You are going to need surgery. You're going to be here for a while." I started to cry. Not from the pain, from the panic. My wedding, I whispered. I am getting married. In 2 weeks. The doctor just shook his head. I am so sorry, Chloe, he said. You are not going to be walking for at least 8 weeks. You are in no condition to get married. My world fell apart. Alex was the first one there. He was pale, his eyes were red. He held my hand. It is okay, he whispered. It is just a party. We can postpone. I'm so glad you are alive. He was so good. He was so perfect. And then my family arrived. My mother, Eleanor. My father, Robert. And Isabella. They burst into the room. My mother was a mask of concern. She looked strange. She was not looking at me. She was looking at the machines. She looked annoyed. Oh, my baby, my mother cried, pushing Alex out of the way to grab my hand. My poor, poor baby. This is a disaster. A total disaster. The wedding, I whispered. I was so tired. The medicine they were giving me, it was making the room spin. Mom, you have to call the vendors. Alex will help you. You have to postpone. Shh, honey, she said. Do not you worry. Do not you worry about a thing. I will handle it. I will handle everything. You just rest. Alex looked relieved. Thank you, Eleanor. I was so worried. Of course, she said, pat his arm. We are family. We will take care of her. Now, Alex, you look terrible. Why do not you go home? Get some sleep. We will stay here with her. We will watch her tonight. Alex did not want to leave, but I told him to go. I was safe. My family was here. I was so stupid. Alex kissed my forehead. I love you, he said. I will be back first thing in the morning. He left. The room was quiet. It was just me, my parents, and Isabella. The drugs were pulling me under. I was so sleepy. I was drifting. But I was a planner. I was sensible. The doctor had been talking, but I could not remember his words. I was worried I would forget his instructions. My phone was on the bedside table. I managed to reach over. I fumbled with it. I opened the voice memo app. I wanted to record what the doctor said if he came back in. I pressed the red button. The little timer started to tick. I put the phone back on the table, the screen dark, and I drifted off. I fell into a deep, dark, drugged sleep. I was not asleep. Not fully. I was floating. But the app was wide awake, and it was listening. I woke up hours later. It was dark. The room was empty. My head was clearer. I looked at my phone. The voice memo was still going. It was a recording. 6 hours long. My heart pounded. I pressed stop. I saved it. And I pressed play. At first it was just hospital sounds, beeping, a nurse coming in. Then, their voices, my family. They had come back into the room, thinking I was completely unconscious. I heard Isabella's voice. It was not sad. It was excited. She is completely out. Look at her. It is a sign. It is a disaster, yes, but it is a sign. I heard my mother's voice. Isabella, stop it. That is a terrible thing to say. Your sister she's hurt. Oh, please, Mom, Isabella said. She is fine. She is the strong one. She will survive. She always survives. But her wedding, her perfect little sensible wedding, it is just sitting there. The venue is paid for. The flowers are ordered. The caterer is ready. My wedding is in 3 months, and it is a joke. Mark's parents are insulting me. They said they are not going to pay for a backyard barbecue. My blood went cold. Isabella, what are you thinking? My mother whispered. I am thinking, why should all of it go to waste? Isabella's voice was fast. We take it. We take the wedding. I will just slip right in. I will take her venue. I will take her flowers. It is perfect. This is my one chance to have a beautiful day. The day I deserve. You said it yourself, Mom. I deserve this. That is insane, my mother said. But her voice was hesitant. What about Alex? What about Chloe? Chloe's in a hospital bed. She is not getting married. And Alex. Oh, Alex is an idiot. You just tell him that Chloe got cold feet. Tell him the accident confused her, and she called it all off. He will believe you. He will be heartbroken, and he will go away. And by the time Chloe is out of this place, I will be married. It will be done. It is the perfect plan. There was a long silence. I could hear my mother breathing. The money, my mother said. Her voice was just a whisper. Her account. The $20,000. Yes, Isabella said. We can use it to pay off my debts. We can use it for my honeymoon. It is just sitting there. And you are on the account, Mom. You can just take it. We will tell her it was a non-refundable deposit. We will tell her it was all lost when she canceled the wedding. She will believe us. She is sensible. She knows how deposits work. Please, Mom. This is my one chance to be happy. This is my one chance to finally have what she has. Please. Another long, cold, terrible silence. And then my mother's voice. Quiet, cold, and final. Okay, baby. You are right. You do deserve it. Your sister, she will understand. She is the strong one. I stopped the recording. I was not breathing. I was not alive. I was a block of ice. They were not just handling my wedding. They were stealing it. They were stealing my money. They were going to tell Alex I had dumped him. They were going to destroy my entire life, all while I was lying in a hospital bed, helpless. My own mother, my own sister. I was not the responsible one. I was the sacrifice. I was trapped. I was a prisoner in my own broken body. My leg was in traction. I could not move. I could not run. I could not find Alex. I grabbed my phone. I tried to call him. Straight to voicemail. I tried again. Voicemail. My panic was so cold, so absolute, I thought I was going to die. He would not do that. He would not just turn his phone off unless she had already gotten to him. I tried his office. I tried his home. Nothing. I texted him. Alex, please, I need you. They are lying. Please call me. The message did not go through. It sat there. Message pending. The next morning, my mother, Eleanor, walked into the room. She was all smiles and fake tears. Oh, honey, she said, carrying a vase of cheap hospital flowers. You are awake. You look so much better. I looked at her. I looked at this monster, this stranger who looked like my mother. My voice was a dry, cracking sound. Where is Alex? Her face. The fake smile melted. It was replaced by a perfect, practiced mask of pity. Oh, Chloe, she said. She sat on the bed. She tried to take my hand. I pulled it away. Honey, we need to talk about that. Alex, he was here last night, after you were asleep. What? I whispered. He left, she said. She was actually tearing up. Her performance was flawless. He said, I cannot do this. He said this accident was just too much, that he could not handle this burden. He said, she is not the person I thought she was. And he packed his things, honey. He is gone. I just stared at her. I could not believe the audacity, the pure evil creative genius of her lie. She had not just followed Isabella's plan. She had made it worse. She was not just telling Alex I had backed out. She was telling me that he had backed out. She was trying to break us up from both sides. She was building a wall of lies between us so we would never, ever compare notes. She was ensuring I would be so heartbroken by Alex abandoning me that I would never even think to ask about the money or the venue. She was burning my entire world to the ground so her golden child could play in the ashes. He left me? I whispered. I played the part. I had to. I was trapped. I am so sorry, baby, she said, hugging me. He is a monster. He is a coward. But do not worry. You are not alone. Your family. We are here for you. We will take care of you. I let her hold me. I let myself sob into her shoulder. Fake sobs. My money, I choked out. The wedding. Did you call the vendors? She pulled back. She sighed. Oh, honey, she said. That is the other bad news. It is terrible. When I called the venue and the caterer and the florist, they said everything was non-refundable. The contract, it was final. The $20,000, it is all gone. We lost all the deposits. I am so sorry. It is all just gone. I just stared at her. Gone, I repeated. He is gone. The wedding is gone. The money is gone. I know, she said, patting my hand. It is a nightmare, but I am here. And Isabella is so excited to help you recover. She is even willing to help you. You know, get your money back. She is going to try and use your venue herself. So that the money does not go to waste. Is not that sweet? She is going to buy the contract from you, so you can get some of your money back. The lie was perfect. It was a perfect 360-degree, airtight, beautiful, monstrous lie. She was not stealing the wedding. She was helping me. She was buying it from me, which meant when I was better, she would just pay me back with money she would never have. For 1 week, I lived in this hell. I was a prisoner in that hospital bed. My mother and sister were my only visitors. They controlled who I saw. They controlled my phone. They told the nurses I was very confused and emotionally distressed and should not be bothered. They brought me food. They smiled at me. They told me how much they loved me. And I played the part. I was the broken, abandoned, pathetic, grieving victim. I cried. I let them comfort me. I let them tell me how strong I was. And every night when they left, I would put my headphones in. I would listen to that 6-hour audio file. I would listen to their real voices. I would listen to them call Alex an idiot. I would listen to them call me the strong one. I let the hatred build. I let it sharpen. I let it become a weapon. I was not a victim. I was waiting. The day I got out of the hospital, my mother and Isabella were there to pick me up. I was in a wheelchair. My leg was in a giant blue cast. They drove me home to their house. "You are going to stay with us," my mother said. "We will take care of you." I was their prisoner. But they had made one mistake. They had underestimated me. They thought I was a broken-hearted, naive, sensible girl. They forgot I was a planner. That night they were all so happy. They were celebrating my recovery. Isabella was showing me her new wedding invitations. "Look, Chloe," she said. "We are using the same font you picked to, honor you. That is so sweet, Bella," I whispered. While they were all toasting their own kindness in the kitchen, I was in my room. With my laptop. They thought they had cut me off from Alex. They had blocked his number on my phone. They had blocked his email. They were so thorough. But they forgot about his mother. I found Alex's mother's email address. My hands were shaking. I sent her a message. "Mrs. Harrison, this is Chloe. Please, I know Alex hates me. I know what he thinks I did. But I am begging you. I have been in the hospital. My family is lying. They are lying to all of us. I have proof. Please, I need to see him. I need to see you all. It is a matter of life and death. Please, come to my parents' house. Tonight, at 9. Just knock on the door. Please." I sent it, and I waited. I sat in the living room with my family. I watched a stupid reality TV show with them. For 2 hours. My heart was a drum. 9 o'clock. A knock on the door. My mother looked annoyed. Who could that be? She went to the door. She opened it. And there he was, Alex. He was not alone. His mother and father were with him. They looked terrible. They looked heartbroken. And they looked furious. What is this?" My mother stammered. "Alex, what are you doing here?" I came to talk to Chloe," Alex said. His voice was shaking. He could not even look at me. He was looking at the floor. "How dare you show your face here?" My mother shrieked, her voice suddenly full of venom. "After what you did to her? You abandoned her. You cowardly, cruel—" "What?" Alex's mother, Mrs. Harrison, stepped forward. "What did you say? He abandoned her? Your daughter? She backed out. She called off the wedding. She said she needed space. She broke my son's heart." My mother, Eleanor, froze. Her face went white. She had been caught. She had been caught in her own perfect, double-sided lie. She looked at me. I was still on the sofa. I was not crying. I was just watching her. "Mom?" Isabella said, walking into the hallway. "What is all the—" "Oh," she saw Alex. "What is he doing here?" Just then, my phone, which I had placed on the coffee table, rang. It was a call I had preset, an alarm, but it looked like a call. From my mother. I picked it up. "Hello, Mom," I said, my voice loud and clear. My mother was staring at me, confused. "What are you— Oh, you are on your way home?" I said into the phone. "Great. Well, you should know Alex's family is here. We are all just talking. About the wedding. About your wedding, Isabella." Isabella and my mother looked at each other in pure, cold, animal panic. "You know, Mrs. Harrison," I said, looking at Alex's mom, "my mother is right. This whole thing is a disaster, a total disaster. But for my sister, it is also a sign." I took my other phone, the one with the audio file, from my pocket. "I was awake, Mom," I said. "I was awake when you came back to my room. I was listening, and I pressed play. I did not play the whole thing, just the highlights." The room was dead silent. We all listened to Isabella's voice. "It is perfect. We take the wedding. I will take her venue." We listened to her call Alex an idiot. We listened to my mother. My own mother, agree. Okay, baby. You are right. You do deserve it. She is the strong one. I pressed stop. The silence it was absolute. You could not breathe. Alex was staring at me, his face a mask of pure, white-hot horror. His mother, she was looking at my mother, and her face, it was not sad. It was rage. Pure, refined, beautiful rage. My mother, Eleanor, was not crying. She was not begging. She was cornered. So she did the only thing she knew how to do. She attacked. "It is a lie!" she shrieked. It is fake. She faked that. She is jealous of her sister. She is the monster. She is trying to ruin her sister's happiness. "It is a 6-hour audio recording, Mom," I said, my voice as calm as a frozen lake. "And I have already sent a copy to my bank, the one you stole my $20,000 loan from. They are very, very interested in your non-refundable deposit story. And I have also sent a copy to the wedding venue. They were fascinated to learn that their new client, Isabella, was paying for their services with stolen money. They are canceling your contract, Isabella. You do not have a wedding anymore." Isabella she let out a sound I will never forget, a wail. Alex's mother stepped forward. She looked at my mother. You did this," she whispered. "You did this to her. And you did this to my son." She looked at Alex. "Call the police," she said. "No!" my mother screamed. She lunged at me. You ungrateful. I will kill you." Alex's father, a big quiet man, stepped in front of her. He just blocked her, like she was nothing. "It is over, Mom," I said. I stood up, wincing from my leg. Alex was at my side in an instant, holding me. "It is all over." And it was. My mother and Isabella were arrested. For fraud. For conspiracy to commit theft. It was a huge scandal. Their perfect social world was gone. My father, in his weakness, just disappeared. They lost the house. They lost everything. Alex and we did not get married at the vineyard. We waited. We waited until I could walk. We flew to a beach, just the two of us and his parents. And we got married, with our feet in the sand. It was simple. It was sensible. It was perfect. It was ours.